Aloha, shalom. What's up, everybody? We're here for the first quarter activation, and we're live right now. And the last couple of weeks, I've had an issue going live, so I was going live on YouTube for a change. So if you don't follow me on there, you might want to for future activations that don't quite work here in Facebook world. But let me know in the comments that you can see me and hear me right now before we begin, to make sure we don't have the same issues we've had the last couple of weeks. I want to make sure that you can see me and hear me before we dive in. So while I'm shuffling, just let me know in the comments that you can hear me and see me. It looks like we're good to go. Awesome. And let me know where in the world you're tuning in from in the comments. So I'm tuning in from Sedona, Arizona. Where in the world are you? Yay, so good to see you all tuning in. Yeah, I've been on YouTube live the last couple of weeks because we were having some technical difficulties here, and Instagram also wouldn't work. But just for your information, you guys, I am not only on Facebook, I'm also on Instagram, Rebecca Magic, and YouTube, Rebecca Magic. So you might want to follow me there as well in case you can't reach the activations here. So remember, when we're shuffling the deck represents the whole you. So each card is a different part of self. But not just the small individual you, it's also the collective you of which we're all a part. So whole deck, whole one. Each card represents a different aspect of that one. So when we shuffle them, we're just waking up all the different parts of the one, saying hello, making sure no one's left out. You're just touching base with every part. You can also see the deck sort of like a brain, and every card represents a different neural pathway. Just so you understand what shuffling really does, how it works. And it's really intuitive. It's up to you how you want to do it. There's no right or wrong way. You just want to understand what's happening when you're doing it so that you can develop your own intuitive practice. All right. So last week was the new moon activation. It was a new beginning, initiating a new lesson, a new challenge. And it was all about defeat and conquering feelings of defeat so that we can get past it, move ahead, and progress. So hopefully what you were focusing on the past week was having to do with that, of course, and having to do with eliminating certain choices, certain habits, certain behaviors that were keeping you stuck in this feeling of defeat. So this past week, we should have been working on that, right? So that will determine how this activation goes right now. Because now we're at the first quarter activation. We're 1 week into this 4-part cycle. So we're going to see just how well we've been doing. I'm going to go ahead and pull out the Hebrew cards and do the same for those. Remember, you guys, they work the same way as the tarot. So each card has a different Hebrew letter on it. And each Hebrew letter represents a different aspect of self or a different archetypal wisdom. Okay. So again, same thing. You just want to shuffle them up. Waking them up, bringing them to life, saying hello. Okay. And beginning with the tarot, we just want to give thanks in advance for this message that's about to come through. Thank you to the archetypes, faces of the one, which includes all of you, me, we, us as one. So thank you to one and all in advance. Starting with the challenge and gift, also known as the focus, at the time of this first quarter moon. And something to help inspire us, a foundation, a why we're doing this, a why. Why are we doing this? Why are we going through this current challenge? I gotta move my chair. Gotta be closer. Gotta be closer to you guys. Okay. And then, moving on to the Hebrew cards, we're going to pull, as usual, the ally for this time as we move through this particular challenge. Okay. The challenge and gift. 3 of Cups. Psh, right away, something flashed before my eyes very clearly. And I'm just going to jump right in. So connecting this card, this theme, to where we left off last week, what I'm seeing is, as you've been moving through this process of moving past defeat, have you forgotten the simple pleasure and joy that comes from simple but necessary joy and pleasure that comes from connecting with others, connecting from the heart to the hearts of others? It seems like a big challenge that we're going through is in relationships. See, this is Cups. It's the suit of the heart, the suit of emotions. And so we can get so lost in our mission of trying to overcome that defeat, or trying to get past those feelings of defeat, that we forget all of the support that's around us. And we forget to give support to those around us because maybe we're stuck in a victim mentality, stuck in victim consciousness, or maybe we're just afraid to reach out to others for that help. But what it looks like overall is that our relationships may have been suffering, and that includes relationship to self, because it's all one. So going through this process that we've been going through of trying to overcome defeat, trying to progress, move ahead to the future, have we been neglecting our relationships though? Have we been kind through this process to ourselves and each other? 3 of Cups is all about connecting with others via the heart and living life in a way, meaning thinking thoughts, speaking words, and behaving, acting in ways that connect us more, that are ways that are worth cheersing over. Okay, look at the art. It means living life in a way that supports all life, and not just yourself, and not just yourself and a few around you, but really what the 3 are representing is the whole. How wholesome are your thoughts, your words, and your actions? How have your thoughts, words, and actions been supporting the well-being of all as one, starting with yourself, but reaching out to all? Have the choices you've been making in thought, speech, and action regarding this past week's work of getting past defeat, have your choices in that process been healthy for all? Or have you been leaving someone out? Maybe even leaving yourself out. Maybe not taking care of yourself in the ways that you need to. Okay, so remember that if we want to get past feelings of defeat and we want to feel the opposite of defeat, which would be success, prosperity, if we want to feel those things, we have to remember, must remember that it's about prosperity and success for all of us. The more we connect our idea and vision of success and prosperity to the whole and to those around us, the quicker it will come to us. Because life supports life. And so the more selfless our intentions, the more selfless our vision, the easier and more graceful and the faster we'll move beyond any feeling of disappointment or defeat. So remember, last week it was all about, how do I move past feelings of defeat? And you may have forgotten this little key that we're being reminded of right now. We're being offered this key. We're being reminded of this key because everything's within. It's already there. So it's a reminder to use this magic and to kind of pick up where you left off last week and start again. Try again. Let's move past feelings of defeat together as one. Let's move from defeat to success in consideration of the success of the one. Again, let's move from defeat to success out of consideration or in consideration of the success of the one. So we went from this feeling of like, wow, I have to move from defeat to success, defeat to happiness, defeat to hope and prosperity. But we didn't quite access our fullest potential. And now we're being given this gift, okay? It's almost like whatever your struggles have been this past week, maybe you're needing a little more clarity on how do I move ahead with the most hope. Not just like moving out of defeat, but busting out of defeat, okay? Reaching for that hope and that faith and really, truly, authentically leaving that feeling of defeat behind. You may have been feeling like you're not quite breaking through. You may have still felt very lonely this week. I've heard a lot of people say that they've been going through so much this past week. Intense stuff, dark stuff. And so if we can remember that moving out of defeat and into true hope, we would be better off if from the start of our journey from defeat to hope, we considered the whole, that we're not separate from this whole. In that way, we open up our hearts to reach out to others for help. We open up our hearts to support others as well in return. And right away, when we begin to do that, right away, when we reconnect, remember it's cups, heart, when we reconnect to the whole and to those around us, we soften. As soon as you're doing an act of kindness, if you're authentically enveloped in that experience, directing your mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, depending on what service you're offering, energy into this kindness, this act of kindness, you will have no space. You will have no space to feel defeat. So it's like a little secret. It's telling us, remember the whole, remember to stay connected. Remember the secret that as soon as you're doing acts of kindness, you have no space to feel defeat. You instantly are uplifted. You instantly move into a space of hope because we are one. And so when you're serving another in compassion, in kindness, you're serving yourself. You're serving self. This is science. And you will immediately feel it so long as you're really, wholly, truly giving yourself to that act of service. So we're being reminded here. Another very simple but true archetypal wisdom is no matter how hard you feel the work has been this week, even if you feel like, man, I'm still feeling that defeat, I still feel torn, I still don't feel uplifted, the simple truth is you have yourself, you're alive, you're breathing, hopefully you have your health, I pray you have your health, but you also have loved ones, people in your life, people who you love and people who love you. And if you could just remember that, and from that one remembrance, have that candle of hope alit in your being, in your soul, then you can instantly move out of defeat. So it's almost like this reminder, this simple reminder that, hello, you're trying too hard. Why are you trying so hard? Come back to the simple blessings. Come back to the blessing that you are loved and you love others. Come back to the simple blessings in your life and you will instantly feel relief from the defeat, the disappointments. Lean on the people you love and be a safe space for them, knowing that it's a mirror. And when you help another, you're helping yourself. So it's really about togetherness. No matter what you're doing to try to get past those feelings of defeat, nothing is going to be as simple a cure as remembering that you're connected to the whole, remembering that you are loved, that you have others in your life that you love, that you're not alone. The simple blessings, don't forget, because if you forget the simple blessings, no matter how hard you work or how much effort you put into moving past certain feelings or traumas, it will never be fully healed. You'll never be able to fully and truly walk forward and progress in your life, because the simple blessings need to be accounted for first. And if you truly do acknowledge those simple blessings, you will find the work will be a lot easier. We have the King of Pentacles at the bottom as the foundation card. And the King of Pentacles sits on his throne. Pentacles is a suit of mind to matter, thoughts to... And so it's all about manifesting abundance, manifesting prosperity. But remember, it's about manifesting prosperity for the whole. The more you can connect to the awareness that you are a part of this greater collective, the faster and more abundantly the prosperity will come your way. Because again, life supports life. So it's just mirroring everything that we just spoke about. Why are we going through this? Why are we returning to the simple blessings and being grateful for one another, our relationships, supporting each other through our hardships, remembering that no matter what feelings of defeat we feel, we have each other. Why are we returning to that? So that we can experience true prosperity and abundance, because true prosperity and abundance involves love, connection, the heart, having the simple blessings to cheers about, when we can all, that's what this is representing, when we can all come together and cheers to life in a way that's representing our alignment in gratitude for the blessings that life offers us every day. That's real richness. That's really being rich and prosperous, right? Which is what we want to achieve. This is really the opposite of that defeat. You can feel defeat to true abundance and prosperity, right? This is what we want. This is the opposite of the card that was shown to us last week. We want to move away from defeat. We want to reach true prosperity, true progress and success. And we're just being reminded that, hold on, before you continue in your efforts, which haven't seemed to be doing very much for you, trying too hard, we're being reminded of the simple blessings that are worth cheersing, the simple blessings that are worth celebrating and getting together over. It's about togetherness and love and the heart and supporting one another. Remember what real richness and prosperity is. Before you ask yourself, oh, I want to move away from defeat into success. What is that success? How do you really define success? And how do you connect it to the collective? And why we came here, who we came here to be, who we are in reflection of one another. When we reconnect to that vision of who we are and why we're really here and how we're meant to serve one another, we can much more quickly and gracefully move past feelings of defeat, leave behind victim consciousness, and prepare for success right here, right now, becoming successful simply by being present with one another and being grateful for our health, that we have each other, that we're not alone. And the ally of the week is the Hebrew letter Yud. So you can Google it. Remember, it's going to be backwards because we're on a camera. So you can just Google Hebrew letter Yud, Y-U-D or Y-O-D. Fun fact, you'll see a ton of little Yuds in a lot of tarot art, especially in the Rider-Waite deck. You'll see this. If you want to pull out one quick and easy example, you'll see them in the Moon card or you'll see them in the Tower card. They're hidden throughout a lot of occult art, especially in the tarot. So the Yud is the 10th letter of the alphabet. And the Yud represents a point in time and space. It's the smallest letter. It represents the point, beginning of a creation that spirals out. It's also connected to the wheel card in the tarot, card 10, which you can see it as the spoke in the wheel. And you can really see a wheel as any point of creation as well, because then what happens is each point of creation interlocks like wheels or like halos interlocking, right? Google Ezekiel's wheel, for example. So it's just a point of creation, a starting point. So what I feel the Yud is telling us right now is remember to start off on the right foot with this journey. Remember, you'll never move past that feeling of defeat if you don't start off on the right foot, if you don't start off with the right intention. Remembering you're a part of a collective, remembering what really matters, that cup representing the holy grail of the heart. So anytime you begin, right, starting point, you begin a journey, a project, a relationship, a creation. Make sure that at that starting point, you're holding the awareness of our oneness. Because if you don't do that, you're already setting yourself up for a much more difficult journey. You're not accessing your highest potential, your fullest potential, when you don't have that intention from the start to do whatever it is you're about to do, to create whatever it is you're about to create for the whole, not just your small self, but for the whole larger self of which we are all a part. Remember, you're the creator. It's like pen in the hand, right? The yud is like the first point. So let's back up and remember our mission was to eliminate defeat, to move past defeat, to move toward hope. But let's start over, let's refine, let's pick up our creator's pen and begin this project, this journey with the awareness of our connectivity, knowing that the opposite of defeat is success, and no one should be left out from that. And when you can connect your awareness to the oneness that we are, you will be empowered so greatly by a power much greater than just your own small self, the power of the one. And that will power up and activate your journey, ensuring our success. The yud. All right, you guys, so we had a 3 of Cups, King of Pentacles, and a yud. Feel free to look those up, put them on your altar, dive deeper, do some. Thank you for joining for this activation tonight, wherever you are in the world, depending on where you are in the world. We got 2 private groups on Facebook if you want to go deeper and connect with everybody who showed up here tonight. We have one group called the Archetypal Alliance. These are private groups on Facebook. That's where we share more about archetypal activation and archetypal awareness. And then we have the Shabbat Crew group where I post about Kabbalah and the Jewish mysticism of Shabbat and the different high holidays. So if you're interested in that, please join us there. What else? Please follow me on Instagram and YouTube, Rebecca Magic, for those weird times like the last couple weeks where I couldn't go live on here. For those of you who have been asking about private readings one-on-one, yes, I am available right now, and I will get back to you. I had a couple of people reach out today, and I promise I'll get back to you. And I'm open to more readings, so please reach out if you've been wanting to do that, or if you know someone struggling who could really use a reading. It makes an amazing gift. It's totally self-empowering, and it gives you tools to keep growing, so it really is a gift that keeps on giving, and especially with the holidays coming up. Could be a great idea, could be life-changing. And or you might want to purchase my books for somebody you know who's a tarot lover, or just somebody who wants to activate their archetype, somebody who wants to find more self-empowerment, somebody who's been struggling, or someone who just wants to go deeper on their journey. Royal Path 1 is about the major archetypes of the tarot. It gives you the proper Hebrew letter correlations, which you can't find in most modern tarot books. And then I have Royal Path 2, which is the minor arcanum and the elemental suits, a new way of looking at them, my personal secrets. So if you want either of these, please let me know how to order them. I'd be happy to ship them directly from my hands to yours. And then for those of you who have been asking about my course, I do have an online video course, an hour-long to an hour-and-a-half long class for each major arcanum card. So please reach out to me if you're interested. I love you guys, and I'll see you in 1 week for the full moon activation. Thank you. Shalom.